Opening day has come and gone, but we could not be more excited. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 41 of the Triple Threat Talk podcast. My name is Connor Ryan.
Jonah Newberger, and welcome back to another episode.
I know what everybody's going to say first. Connor, Jonah, this is an episode that's coming out on Saturday. Correct. Scheduling. It is what it is. What are you going to do about it? It's here now. Second, will this be consistent? No. Should be going back to regular schedule programming next week, barring scheduling
Probably
issues
not.
again. But if it is going to be another Saturday release, that is okay. Just be on the lookout. Follow the IG. Follow the social media pages. You will know when the episode is going to be there. But Jonah, we have a very important weekend coming up. 2 weekends coming up that are very important. We'll cover the next one next week, more in depth with the Masters and everything. But Final Four in Indy is today when this episode is coming out. Now, to preface, it is 11 o'clock here on the East Coast. It's 9 o'clock in Mountain Time. This is not Jonah's fault. I am not mad at Jonah for recording right now. I'm wide awake. There is no fault in him on this. I know I'm going to get a text from my dad saying, "Why did Jonah keep you up?" And he's going to jokingly be mad at you, Jonah. Do not worry. By the way, his response to the interaction that you and I had earlier was Drew. Point. That was all.
Let's go.
Final Four is here. But before that, we had a collection of games. As much as the Sweet 16, we could talk about it. There's really only two things. There's really one thing in particular that the basketball world is talking about. And that was Braylon Mullins breaking the heart of every single Duke Blue Devil fan on the planet. And I'm going to get this statement out there before I begin. Did my dad go to Duke? Yes. But yeah. So, go BC, BC bird ball to the moon. I'll talk about them in a little bit when we talk baseball. But truly, that is the epitome of what Duke basketball has been for the last couple years. Shall we recap? Let's do it. 2022.
Go UConn, baby.
You lose to UNC in Coach K's final game, both at Duke and overall. 2023, can't remember. 2024, so what was that, 2 years ago now?
Jared McCain,
yes. They lost to NC State in the Elite Eight to send them to the Final Four because they played Purdue, and Purdue mollywopped them. So you failed there, and then you blew a 6-point lead with 30 seconds remaining last year against Houston, and then you blow a 19-point lead against UConn. Is this me trying to say I'm a hater of Duke? No, I'm fine with Duke. I actually tend to like a lot of Duke players, not really Grayson Allen. What are you going to do? Shout out JT. But
fuck Kyrie.
I can get behind that. But shout out JJ. But really tough. I know I sent you some stuff right after it on Twitter, but that picture of John Shire looking like Skipper from the Penguins of Madagascar.
That was great.
Was unreal. And speaking of Twitter, we're going to get into something else that I'm going to write down right now, and I'm not telling you what it is. But just brutal for Duke fans, that is. Now, for the rest of the country, it was awesome. Everybody loved it. It was plentiful, in fact.
Sir.
Jonah, as an alleged UConn basketball fan, talk to me about your experience watching this game.
I watched the first half. I was like, what were they down at half? Like 7, 8, 9
Yeah, because they went on a big run, right at the end.
I was like, okay, they got it. And then I went to dinner. I kept checking my phone. I was like, oh, they're getting destroyed. And I thought it was getting closer, and I pulled it up. And they were down 4 or 5. I think they got a bucket, fouled, and missed free throws. Go down, hit a 3 to go down 2. And I was sitting at the dinner table and I was watching on my phone. I was like, oh my God. And then, they passed the ball in, and everyone was saying that they could have just run the clock out. Yes and no, because UConn would have fouled them had they just held the ball. So they were trying to swing the rock, get it to the open guy. Obviously, when you get double teamed, someone's going to be open. In basketball, that's how it goes. Terrible pass by tipped pass.
I would say good play from Boozer in terms of what it was supposed to be.
You draw two, you pass it to the open guy.
An incredible play from Braylon Mullins to tip it. The reaction time in which Caden Boozer caught it, turned, and looked to find the guy, no average person or the average athlete, let alone average person, is not being able to get the hand up as fast as possible, tip the ball up into fast enough to where it just tips straight up, not to where it tips just like hits and goes back up.
I was hearing a lot of people saying like it was a bad pass, like they should have just held it. I'm like, no, it was actually a really good defensive play. And when you drop two people, when you drop two people, that means someone else is open. He was gonna give it to the open guy. Like I get it. Gets the ball, dude hits a logo 3, and at dinner table I'm like, oh my god, UConn just won, and it was nuts. I was so happy.
Cooper Flagg just had a 50 ball.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious. 51 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 19 of 30 shooting, 6 of 9 from 3, 7 free throws, all made.
That's a good stat line. I like that.
1 turnover.
And they lost.
I know. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Hey, Orlando Magic.
It's too late for this. How do you have a 50 ball and lose? That's sad.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Hey, Klay Thompson, 18 points. I was happy Duke won. UConn won. That Duke lost. I have UConn in my final versus Arizona, so I'm happy about that.
My work bracket, I got the Final Four correct. I want that on.
Nice. Hell yeah. I was trying to be cute with it, and I took Iowa State over Michigan. And I was like, I should have taken Michigan. That was the smart play. And I had Houston over Illinois. So I was close.
That's fair. I think with like the Iowa-Illinois game was really solid until like the last couple minutes, and then it's just like it was Illinois' game to lose sort of thing. Purdue was, and then I mean like we'll talk about the mollywoppings that were. Purdue got swamped by Arizona, and Michigan murdered Tennessee.
Well, dude, Arizona was down 7 at half.
Yeah, but then it was
came back and had an amazing second half.
Yeah, and then they outscored Purdue by nearly 20.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So I think it was like very much first half was like Purdue just found it.
Yeah.
And then it was like Arizona was like, oh, so
how about that?
Okay.
How about that Iowa-Nebraska game in the Sweet 16 where they had 4 guys on the court?
So good. So good. Price Sanford, you ever thought about wearing green? Yeah, let's talk, brother. Let's talk. Bennett Sturts is gross. He's like a lottery projected player already. Ben McCollum, the coach for Iowa, I heard a rumor from John Rothstein today that he's going to be getting an extension at Iowa and wants to be the coach there for a long time. Good for him. He's an awesome coach. One of the better coaches in basketball in general right now. I know the best right now is currently in Storrs, Connecticut with Danny Hurley, but I just think with the way that Iowa was projected this year, and as well, shout out Fred Hoiberg as well, the coach of Nebraska, just won AP Coach of the Year. The job that those two have done in particular in such a difficult Big Ten, incredibly impressive. Iowa, I remember, was projected to be like low level, and same with Nebraska was like a mid to low level team in the Big Ten, which obviously is nothing to scoff at. The Big Ten is probably the best basketball conference in the country right now. Them or the Big 12, one of the two. But I think it is just like, I would say in a collective, I would take the Big Ten. In a top heavy, I would take the Big 12. That's my argument.
That's fair.
But I think I think that's just the direction that college is going. It's such a coach oriented thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw somebody, I know you're not tapped into the internet like I am, but do you know the college basketball analyst Ryan Hammer at all? I think if I sent you one of his clips, you might see it.
Yeah, I probably.
But he made a video about Luke Murray, the new hire for Boston College basketball, Bill Murray's son. So assistant at UConn for the national championship team is going to BC now. And Ryan Hammer said the best case scenario, like he's going to be gone in 3 years essentially, but in a good or a bad way. Bad way, worst case scenario for Luke Murray is it doesn't work out and he just goes back to being an assistant with Dan Hurley. Best thing that happens for him is he gets BC to a tournament or fringe tournament spot, and then he gets a better job somewhere else, and it will work out. So I don't know, but ultimately, coaching is key. Finding the players who work with you and that are able to gel with you is really important. And that's what Iowa had. Iowa had Bennett Sturtz, worked with Coach McCollum at Drake, and just continued on. But then it's like, I think what's so great about college basketball is like the more impactful stories are the underdog Cinderella stories, but it's more so these like these one man band sort of things. Like Bennett Sturtz at Iowa this year played every single minute of the game that he could have played.
Yeah.
For the Iowa Hawkeyes this entire tournament. But the big ones, Steph at Davidson, Kemba at UConn, like everybody.
Oh yeah, Kemba.
Like I know UConn Kemba is like the exception in terms of like where the the single man story. I understand that UConn team was very solid, but it was very much the era of like if you had a single man kind of roster, a Debonsa-esque roster, if you may, it was very much you're going to be like, at best, an Elite Eight team, but you're going to be a memorable run. We are now at the stage where it's the teams that are just diabolically good on every facet that make it to this level. And I think there is no better matchup to showcase that than what we have tomorrow or today with Arizona and Michigan.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for the game.
It is by far and away the two most complete rosters in college basketball. However, you want to rank them one or two.
Weighted as the best college basketball game in history.
So
it's insane.
It sucks that they're on the same side.
That it's a semifinal. Yeah.
It sucks that it's a semi. But in reality, it's like, I think that's what makes it more impressive.
Yeah.
Because hear me out. As much as like Duke was the national title winner in 2015, I understand that's in the record books. But the team of that tournament was Wisconsin, especially after they beat Kentucky, that was undefeated that year.
Was that with freaking Sam Decker?
Jamal Murray, yes. Frank Kaminsky, Sam Decker. Like
I went to the Wisconsin UNC and then the Wisconsin Arizona game in LA that year. That was when Zone they had Sean Miller, dude. They could never get past the damn Elite Eight. Wisconsin was their kryptonite. I'm so happy they're in the Final Four. Let's go.
But yeah, I mean,
that was Murray and Cat played together in college. Didn't realize that.
I think so.
That's a stacked team.
No, I don't think so.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, just pull up the 2015 roster. I think Murray was like a year or two after. I think he might have been a year.
2014, 2015 roster?
Yeah.
It looks like we got Marcus Lee, Devin Booker, Aaron Harrison, Tyler Ulis, Andrew Harrison, Karl-Anthony Towns, Sam Malone, Willie Cauley-Stein. That's about all the good players.
Yeah, it was the Harrison
Trey
twins.
Lyles.
Yep. Okay, so it was the starting lineup was Willie Cauley-Stein, Cat, Trey Lyles, and the Harrison twins with Devin Booker as their sixth man.
And then, did you say Trey Lyles?
Yeah, Trey Lyles was like their three, essentially.
And the best player on this. So at the time, it's kind of funny to see how they grew. Who do you would say the best player came out of this? Booker or Towns?
I think like overall,
Booker
probably.
It's just funny. It's funny to see that he was the sixth man.
Guy. Yeah, exactly.
It's funny to see that.
Like I remember
like Aaron, the Harrison twins were like the greatest thing, and like they didn't really do anything in the league.
Yeah, I don't even really.
Kind of funny.
I mean,
kind of funny.
Yeah, they had like a 2 or 3 year stint in the league. It wasn't anything crazy. But I mean,
was on the 2015, 2016 team.
Like this team, like this game, you have like the Bradley versus Cadeau matchup. You have the Biggs matchup. You have the primetime matchup though that everybody will be watching is Yaxel Lendenberg versus Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
It is just the matchup of NBA ready forward like wing combos, and just like who's gonna be the X factor for their team more.
Yeah.
Will it be Pete? Will it be Lendenberg? I don't know. All I know is it's going to be the game of the year.
It's going to be a great game, and I hope Arizona pulls it out.
You
want to see a crazy poll real quick while you keep talking?
I know you're choosing Arizona as your prediction. And I've gone back and forth on this so much. I'm going to go Arizona. I'll rock with you. Yeah, that's tough.
DeAndre Ayton, Arizona jersey.
That's sick. That is sick.
You like that?
That is really cool. That is really cool. I'm gonna go Arizona. I don't I could wake up tomorrow and I could easily just think Michigan could win, no problem.
Yeah.
But I just think Koa Pete, especially with what we saw early in the year with Koa Pete, I think he has that ability to turn it up to another gear.
And Jaden Bradley.
I think Lindenberg is great. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's more so he is a more team generator, where I feel like when you get to this sort of scenario, it's going to come down to who's the one or two guys that is just going to step up beyond everybody else. And I think Koa Pete is going to do that, and he's going to propel his draft stock into like the top 6 or 7 of the board. So that's just me.
Jaden Bradley's been balling out too.
He was the Big 12 Player of the Year for a reason.
They just have such a solid team. If they beat Michigan, I think they'll win it all. I mean, let's not sleep on UConn, Illinois. I think that's still another great game.
This matchup alone is I think this is incredibly even as well. You have very much two extremely different styles where it's literally just offensive mastery if they're playing at their peak level from Illinois, and then it's just you have these literal just hungry dogs in the regime of Danny Hurley.
Isn't it a thing that Illinois has no freshmen? It's all seniors or foreign players.
Yeah,
something crazy
Balkan
like that.
Brotherhood. They have 4 or 5 guys all in their starting lineup, or all beyond their starting lineup who are have an Ovich or Ivich or Izich name.
Yeah. And Stojakovic.
Yeah, so Andreas Stojakovic, Page's kid, is there. He's because all the other ones are adults. They're all 22 or something. Andre is just 20. He's he's this is his second year of college. He was at Cal last year. Keaton Wagler is definitely the big player, the big name, especially for you. I know he's gonna be he's their NBA prospect. He's projected to go top 7 as well. Really good guard, good scoring ability. So I'm gonna go UConn. It's the team that has been there for a reason, and Dan Hurley is gonna have something in the last 5 minutes that Brad Underwood has never thought of, because it's gonna be something that you only have. By the way, I'm so glad he didn't get a tech for that.
Dude, what was he doing headbutting the ref?
I don't know. I don't know.
He said, I thought he wanted to chest bump. Why would you chest bump the ref to sell it? What? That's what I'm saying, dude. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Oh my God, he's funny.
All right, so we both have Arizona, UConn. If those were to be the matchup, you're going to choose Arizona, I presume, as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I probably would as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest. I feel like I've penciled in that whoever wins this Michigan-Arizona matchup is very likely going to be the ones cutting down the nets on Monday.
I would agree.
And I think it's purely just team dynamic, overall complex.
And just the confidence, wow, we just beat this team.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Can't wait.
Celtics. Jonah, since the OKC game, which was not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, right? Yeah.
I pulled the schedule.
Let me just pull it up just to confirm, because I also want to get his stats.
They played Thursday the 12th, and it is currently. Wait, no, sorry, that's what they played them again. They played Wednesday the 25th.
Okay, so since the 20 game,
5 games.
Win, loss without JT, win, and 2 dominant wins the last 2 times. Celtics are rolling right now. They have won 5 of their last 6. They have 5 more games remaining. 1 against the Raptors, Hornets, at New York against the Knicks, and then hosting the Pelicans and the Magic to wrap it up for the year. But I think most importantly, it's been Jason Tatum. I mean, it is ridiculous ridiculous.
He's putting up a triple-double damn near every night. I mean, he had one the other night.
I mean, in terms of...
What did he have tonight?
20, 23, 11, and 9 on 50% shooting from both 3 and 2. Or from the field and 3.
It's just beautiful.
So 23, 11, and 9 tonight. Didn't play a single minute of the fourth quarter.
Hell yeah.
25, 18, and 11 last game against Miami. Triple-double, 12 games into his
80-point half.
Ruptured Achilles. And then out against the Hawks earlier this week, but then Charlotte 32, 5, and 8. Atlanta 26, 12, and 5. 19, 12, and 7 against OKC.
Just love all these rebounds and assists, dude. I just love it.
It's just like point guard Jason Tatum is the best player in the world.
Yep.
I understand that's like, is that bias? Sure, yeah, it is. But like, this is what we mean. This is what we've been like trying to put into people's brains of like, hey, we're not looking for the Tatum that's trying to be Kobe. We are looking for the Tatum that's trying to be LeBron. And I don't think that's crazy to say. He's the most underrated playmaker in the NBA at this current time. People are finally starting to see it with the gravity level that he's able to affect, especially with like the triple team that was the side angle against OKC to the skip pass to JB. But it is like people were joking about the whole anomaly thing. He actually is an anomaly.
No, he is. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And JB hasn't lost a step. I know there was the worry about the tendonitis thing with the Achilles. It seems all good now. They get Vooch back, dude. I can't see how they don't win it.
At least win the East. Like, come on.
Like that I mean.
But again, even in a 7-game series against a team in the West, I'm like, I think they could do it.
1,000%. There's only like 2 teams.
Would Tillman get a ring?
What?
Would Tillman get a ring? Xavier Tillman. You would be on like the playoff roster. How does that
work? You have to be on the playoff roster. Yeah. You have to be on the roster when the team, because wait, actually, hold on.
Well, he played
he would
40 games, 50 games. Simons get a ring?
I think Simons would.
Chris Boucher.
Because I know Varejao. Because in 2016, I remember Anders and Varejao was in a situation, or one of like something a year in which the Cavs and the Warriors played. He was traded from one to the other and was like played only like a couple games for one of the teams, and it was like it doesn't matter, whoever wins, he's getting a ring. So it's more so will he be celebrating with his teammates or waiting for it to be shipped to him, sort of thing. Yeah, and it was like, oh, okay, got it.
Interesting.
So I would assume so. But yeah, no, I'm extremely happy with how the Celtics have been as of late. The JTPR.
How was your Celtics game you were at? Didn't send me a picture.
Bucks game. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I went with my coworker Adam. I'm going to the Raptors game on Sunday with AJ for Easter.
Nice. Shout out AJ.
It'll be good.
He didn't throw. Did he throw out the first pitch at Red Sox home opener today?
Had to take a rain check.
Next year.
You'll get him next week.
Yeah.
In terms of the I wholeheartedly agree in terms of the Western Conference thing. Like, I do think right now, I'm purely talking at the current state of their games right now. There are 2 teams in the West that currently worry me, and it's the Thunder and it's the Spurs. The Nuggets do worry me. There's no question about it. But they would only worry
their
me.
defense. It's their defense is the issue. I don't know if they'll get there. And they've been just looking off. I've been going a handful of games recently. They're just a step off. It's weird.
But here's the thing: if they do get there, though, I will shit my pants. Because that means Nikola Jokic is definitively, by far and away, still the best player in the world, and Jamal Murray is trying to get on JB and JT's ass and saying we're the best duo in the NBA. And then I'd be pissed. So you and I are going to have some really uncomfortable conversations if JB and JT bring that banner 19 this year.
Well, we're going to be celebrating our asses off.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying we're going to say some really stupid things.
Probably.
And I'm okay with it. Unfortunate news on the other end of the NBA. Luka Doncic out for an indefinite amount of time with a grade 2 hamstring tear.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I thought it was a strain, and I thought it was just a bad strain. And then I saw a tear on the actual Shams tweet, and I was like, that sucks. It also comes off of the ass beating that they got against Oklahoma City last night. The Lakers have been one of the better teams as of late.
Last few weeks.
And especially especially Luka Doncic. I mean, we're talking about a guy who I feel like the MVP conversation has primarily dwindled down to 3 names, and it's SGA, Wemby, and Luka.
People think it's already given to SGA, which I don't agree with.
Wemby is approaching more and more every day because somebody brought up a really good point, but also shout out, somebody tried doing it saying like Wemby's first couple years versus Tim Duncan's first couple years, and all the people were just defending Tim Duncan, and that got me really amped. But it was a really good point in which Wemby is doing all these stats in like under 30 minutes of average game time. That's crazy. Did you see that Warriors game he had the other night? He was like 41 and 18 in like less than 30 minutes. It was ridiculous. But I mean, yeah, he's ridiculous, but it's truly terrible for the Lakers. I mean, the worst possible timing. He's been playing at his absolute best. It's by far the best he's looked since 2024, in my opinion. And just really sucks to see. Unfortunately, I think that's really going to hurt the chances of the Lakers. As much as I would love a prime Braun and AR duo, I just know it's not prime Braun anymore. So, just terrible news. So, any thoughts?
I disagree. I think it's in the past few months I have made 3 MVP bets. The first one I made was Cade Cunningham, and he got a collapsed lung. The next one I bet was Jaylen Brown. Not necessarily anything happened to him, but like the media just hates. Yeah, it's like okay. And then I bet Luka last week. Look what happened to Luka.
Yo, put one in on Shea.
Let's throw $50 on Shea.
Jalen Brunson.
Let's see what the books have right now.
I guarantee you,
any player I bet on, it's just like, I'm cursed.
I feel like with Brunson, it's like plus like 15,000.
All right, MVP SGA is minus 1,600.
Yeah, that's crazy. Embiid's what?
Embiid's plus 800. Okay. Jokic 7-1. Brown 25-1. Then it's Donovan Mitchell at 50-1. Kawhi 100-1. Brunson 100-1.
Jeez. Yeah, that's crazy. You're crazy. So
Tiger Woods. I just put a bet on SGA. So let's go Nuggets.
Fair enough. Speaking of crazy, Tiger Woods.
Yes.
If you didn't see, Tiger Woods was in a car accident this past week. And essentially rolled his car over and got arrested for not obeying police officer orders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the full story. Not great.
No.
But when I tell you that body cam footage,
that was crazy,
is some of the funniest photos I have ever seen.
The memes is like, oh my God.
Him in the back seat of that cruiser yelling at the top of his lungs is the funniest picture I have ever seen. Or the one of him on a knee. I don't know if you saw that post, but somebody did all right, guys, we got twin turbo right, X drop on the fly, ready on 3, my break, whoop. And it's just like that's why I love Twitter. That's the shit I will never delete Twitter for. I'm just like, how do you come up with that?
Yeah.
Like, it's so simple, so easy, and everybody gets the joke. But terrible accident. Jonah, but this ultimately leads me to one question. Jonah, red blue pill situation. You get to drive like Tiger Woods, but you have to drive like Tiger Woods. Would you take the pill?
Probably. It's only happened 3 times in like 20 years. Look, let's be honest.
Now, are they 3 pretty bad ones? Yeah, of course. But
yeah, they are.
If I could rip it 350 down, if I could rip a stinger 300 yards down a perfect fairway, I'm gonna rip that stinger.
Taking it.
I'm taking that stinger. I went to the course today. Boy,
not
lots
like Tiger
to
Woods.
Have
you seen have you seen them? I think it was one of the rookies. It was like a funny meme. He's like, he was asked in interviews like, "Oh, let's go golf," and the coach goes like, "You golf like Tiger Woods?" Like, "No, I golf like Tiger. Wish he could."
That was Keon Coleman.
That was so funny.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
so read Tiger. Wish you could today.
Because it was the same time. It was the same time when he made the cookies joke thing. He's like, "I love cookies," and now Cam like. Anyway, no, I went to the range today with AJ. Not great, but what are you gonna do? No, man,
what are you gonna do?
Jonah, you said you got a game for us. Let's wrap it up. What do you got?
Well, first off, guess how many baseball teams I'm repping right now?
Question. Time out. Like, are you just saying like in terms of like clothing attire?
Yeah, like how many baseball things I'm repping right now?
3.
I got 4 because I got a Cubs hat next to me.
Well, okay, you're not wearing.
Do you like? You didn't say anything about my A's hat when I
I
put
do
it on.
like the A's hat. I was
kind of I was like, damn, I thought you were gonna be like confused, and then I've obviously.
I mean, I slightly am.
Phillies,
I'm not going to deny
Rockies.
that. I was
Yeah,
a little bit confused, but I also know you're a fashion forward kind of guy, and that's a tough hat.
It's a good hat, yeah. So, just thought I'm getting into baseball, dude.
I love it.
I went to opening day. I went to Rockies opening day today. First ever opening day. It's a great day.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm a Rockies fan, okay? I don't give a shit about the Rockies. I couldn't name you one Rockies player, except for like TJ Goodman, whatever his name is.
Hunter Goodman,
close enough. Yeah. Same thing. I did see Bryce Harper rip a home run.
Yeah.
It was a great day. It was fun. Opening day was cool.
I think it was more so like, because
I sent you a picture. It's the middle of the day and I'm at Rockies opening day. Like, what the hell are you doing?
It wasn't even that. It was, it was that. But I think it was more so just like, I know you've been like saying you've been wanting to get into it more. And it wasn't like it wasn't like you just being like, I'm going to sit down today, watch the Cubs. I'm going to sit down today, watch the Mariners. I'm going to go
to
the Rockies.
Opening day.
Like, and I don't mean to use this comp lightly. That is the equivalent of being a Celtics fan and going, let's go check out the Grizzlies game tonight. Let's go to Memphis. It's like, what? I get it. You live in the area, but just watch the Celtics game at that point.
Opening day, dude. It was cool, dude. Come on.
But here's the thing.
No, I know. It's just funny. You're like, you're at Rockies
but
opening day?
I was extremely confused. And I also was not shocked at all when you text me it's 6-0 already. And I said, and I looked,
dude, it was 6-0 with no outs. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was tough.
And then
I think it
ended 7-0 first inning. I was like, dude, this team sucks.
Yeah, it's tough. But
it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I'm going to try and hit up a handful of Rockies games this year. Trying to get into baseball.
Coors Field, I will say, Coors Field is one of the best.
Coors Field is one of the best stadiums in the league.
It's so good. And also, you can go up to like that, the way up there, middle part bleacher. It's like $10. No, not even the rooftop, but
that.
Like
they call
right
it the
above
rooftop.
the fountain.
It's the bar. Oh, the rock pile.
Yeah, the rock pile. But obviously, if you're older, I'd just go up to the rooftop.
The rooftop is fun because it's just like 20 bars overlooking. You can see the mountains at night. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now I have 2 games for you.
Okay.
Which one I just saw on Instagram earlier. I thought it'd be fun. Keep 3, cut 6 MLB stadiums. Just we're on opening day talk. PNC Park, I believe that's Pittsburgh. Oracle Park, I believe that's San Fran.
Yep.
Wrigley.
Okay.
Camden Yards, Fenway.
Yep.
Dodger Stadium, Yankee Stadium, Citi Field, Citizen Bank Park. I think that's the
Cincinnati
Phillies. Citizens Bank Phillies.
Yes, I was saying.
I'll send you the graphic if you want to look.
Cincinnati, Citizens Bank Park is Philly.
This one was just fun. I mean, I would have thrown in maybe a few differents, but you could throw in Coors Field.
No, I think. I mean, yeah,
this is a fun one.
I think that's a. I'm gonna get some instant cuts off my list. The Yankee Stadium, Citi Field.
That's it to you if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Yankee Stadium. Hold on. Okay. 3 easy cuts: Yankee Stadium, Citi Field, Dodger Stadium. Yankee Stadium, obvious reasons. Dodger Stadium, I think I get it. It's an old one. It's a classic.
Yeah.
But it is the most bland looking field I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It's fair.
Also, only one way in and one way out. It's literally just one. It's a one way.
One exit.
Citizens, I'm gonna have.
Yep.
I like it a lot, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's whittling. Like, I'm keeping Fenway and Wrigley. Those are my 2 autos.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I would keep those 2 for sure.
It's more so, what do I want as the third? I'm going to cut Camden, and that's nothing against Camden Yards. Shout out my buddy Josh Moylan, I know, my Baltimore buddy. He rocks Camden Yards all the way, and I think it's an awesome stadium. If it was keep 4, cut 5, it'd be my 4th.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so, do I want my personal connection to Oracle Park or do I want the cooler ballpark in PNC Park?
And I'm going to go Citi Field, right?
To go with the cooler ballpark in PNC. I think PNC is the best, tied for best modern baseball stadium in the MLB. Tied with Coors Field. I think it's just overall, it is a perfect placement of a stadium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It opens up perfectly beyond the green into the Pittsburgh skyline. Overall, like, it just has a lot of good connection, and it's like within the city. Like, that's what I like about a lot of these things. Like a lot of these parks, like Fenway is in the city.
Yeah,
Yankee Stadium is in the city. Wrigleyville Field is in Wrigleyville, deep in the city. Same with Oracle. I don't love that about Citi Field. Citi Field is like surrounded by its own thing, kind of thing. So I would go keep Fenway, Wrigley, and PNC Park.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Love it. I would do Fenway, Wrigley, and Oracle Park.
Completely fair.
But yeah, kind of fun. Okay, I was thinking about this the other day, and I thought it'd be really funny. I'm gonna give you a this or that. So you have to be like, would you rather have this, or that?
Okay.
Player, I guess. And you'll kind of see where I'm going with when I start. Would you rather have Hoodie Melo or Untucked Kyrie?
I'd rather have Untucked Kyrie.
Okay. What about Untucked Kyrie or Game 6 Clay?
Game 6 Clay. Game 6 Clay is like one of the greatest shooters of all time.
What about Game 6 Clay or Masked LeBron?
Black Masked
I hope you know
LeBron,
they're just gonna get more funny, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's LeBron.
What about Masked LeBron or MVP, specifically February 2018 James Harden, Strip Club Harden?
He's averaging 40. Masked LeBron.
Okay. Masked LeBron or Game 7 Tatum? Specifically his 51-point game against Philly.
Jason.
Okay. Game 7 Tatum or Pacers Paul George?
Jason.
Okay. What about Game 7 Tatum or MJ with the flu? We can also restart because I know you're just going to take Jason the rest, which is fine, but they're going to get funny.
I'll take MJ with the flu.
Okay, what about MJ with the flu or Broken Thumb Shireman?
Broken Thumb Shireman. Easy.
Let's go.
Baylor till I die. 5-5.
All right, that's my guy. Broken Thumb Shireman or Jokic 23.9 seconds into the shot clock?
It's 23.9 seconds into the shot clock.
Jokic 23.9 seconds in the shot clock or Batman Grant Williams?
Batman Grant.
Love it. Okay. Well, Batman Grant
Time out. I need a second on Batman Grant. JT, what the fuck are you wearing?
Batman.
What? I'm Batman. All right, continue.
We'll come back to that one. What about Lob City CP3 or Dame Time Lillard?
Dame Time Lillard.
Dame Time Lillard or Buzzer Beater P? That's a good one. Come on.
Buzzer Beater P as in like Paul George?
No, Peyton Pritchard. Come on.
Buzzer Beater P.
Yeah, that was all the basketball ones I had. I have some NFL ones.
Time out. The ultimate one: Buzzer Beater P versus Batman Grant. It's Batman Grant so far.
What about Batman? That was a good one. Which one's your favorite? I mean, they started like good and then they just got ridiculous.
Which is better, Batman Grant or Airport Pole Grant Williams? Do you know about Airport Pole Grant Williams?
I think
this. Okay, hold on. This is where we're ending the episode on.
Wait, I have one more after this.
Go ahead.
The next one's funny. This one's NFL though. Do you want this one? I have an NFL one for you.
Grant Williams poll.
It's Dallas.
Somebody quote tweeted after he tore his ACL last year. Somebody quote tweeted candlelight vigil at the Grant Williams poll tonight.
Here's a good one. Toyotathon Jordan Love or 28-3 Tom Brady?
28-3 Brady.
All right. Well, we'll take Tom Brady out because you're gonna pick Tom for the rest of it.
Yeah, I will.
Toyotathon Jordan Love or 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter Caleb Williams?
I was literally about to say where's like
Iceman Caleb Williams
down 10 with 4 minutes remaining. Caleb for a win. Caleb.
I don't have as many here, but they're still funny.
I'm gonna say Toyotathon only because
we're gonna have a matchup in this next round.
Only because, no doubt about it, what Caleb has done in the collection of times that he's been in that situation with 2 minutes remaining is incredibly impressive. but it's just more so what we've seen of the 2 times that Toyota thought Jordan Love has happened. It's ridiculous.
Okay, what about Toyotathon Jordan Love or discount double check Aaron Rodgers?
That's not even a question. We're talking about like a guy who's like fringe top 10 versus the best quarterback on the planet. Are you kidding me? Discount double check Aaron Rodgers to like die. You kidding me? Brady's my goat, but like Rodgers is a demon with the discount double check.
Discount double check Rodgers or 28-3 Tom Brady.
And that's the only one I'm choosing over discount double check Raj.
I have a funny one. What about discount double check Rodgers or dark magic Mahomes?
Which would I rather have on my side?
Yeah, like which would you rather have? Like,
I'd rather have dark magic Mahomes. I'd rather have that. I'd rather watch discount double check Rodgers. By the way, the only other possible option that could beat 28-3 Tom Brady is beating red forehead Peyton Manning.
Well, I didn't even think about that one.
No worries. I'm glad I could throw that in. But he would be like my top 3, 28-3 Tom, discount double check Raj, beating red forehead Peyton Manning.
I couldn't think of as many football ones. I could think of like 2013 OBJ.
Well, I just feel like there aren't.
There's not many like fun ones like NBA, like Hoodie Mello and Kyrie.
Because it's like, because I just feel like a lot of those don't like fruition or like result.
I got one more for you. Dark Magic Mahomes or pre-CTE Antonio Brown.
I'm about to shed a tear, man. Pre-CTE Antonio Brown was the best wide receiver on the planet. It was him and Julio, and it was like Julio, and it was crazy, especially with the factor of the physical natures between the two of them. Julio was like 3 inches taller than AB, and AB was neck and neck with him. Oh my god, what a demon! That was a good one. That was a good this or that.
I still love Jokic 23.9 seconds into the shot clock. That was so funny.
It was funny because I was like,
where is he going?
What? No, I knew what you, it took me a sec because it took me a second to register like into the shot clock, not like rushing to get the shot off sort of thing. I was like, Jokic is like a slow player. And then I was like, oh, he's literally talking about shot clock cheese Jokic.
Broken thumb Shireman, come on.
That one was funny.
Nothing really beats that. But I was just thinking about these. I was watching the game that I'm like, oh, this should be hilarious.
Of course.
But yeah.
Jonah, any final things to say to the beautiful people out there?
Bear down.
Fair enough.
Go Cats.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum, the GOAT.
Correct. Ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you all listening to this episode. We understand that it did come out later this week, and we are sorry about that, but we don't really care. We don't get paid by you guys. But it doesn't matter. We really appreciate you all listening. Go Arizona, I guess in this case, or for Jonah's sense. Go Boston College baseball. Best team on the planet. Yeah. I know they lost to UNC today, but who cares? They're going to win the series tomorrow. We will see you all next week for another episode. Episode 42 would be next week, but this was 41 of Triple Threat Talk. And until then, we'll see you then. Peace out.